Hello, friends, and welcome, and good morning to you there in India. I'm here at Ananda Village in America, in California, and it's a joy to share on this topic about the Tulip Festival here at Ananda Village. I'm enjoying it so much, I wanted to share it with all of you. So let's start with the prayer together. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, friend, beloved God, great masters, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Lahiri Mahashaya, Swami Sri Yukteswarji, beloved master, Paramhansa Yogananda ji, saints of all religions, we bow at thy feet. O Divine Mother, help us to feel thee all around us and all of nature, and the flowers and the trees, the ocean and the sky, and all of thy creation. We are thine. Be thou ours. Om Shanti, Shanti. We'll hear a beautiful song of Swamiji's about nature. Feel free to join in if you would like, and then a very brief excerpt from a talk by Swamiji on this topic.
Birds sing of freedom as they soar lightly on the air. So may our hearts soar high above all curbs and care. Mother, we thank you, your joy shines in everything. Open these channels that the world once more may sing.
Trees standing firm hold the secret of inner power. Give us, when tested, strength to endure. Mother, we thank you, your joy shines in everything. Open these channels that the world once more may sing. Mother, we thank you, your joy shines in everything. Open these channels that the world once more may sing.
Stars send a message of light through eternity. Lord, when in darkness your radiance we see. Mother, we thank you, your joy shines in everything. Open these channels that the world once more may sing.
Mother, we thank you, your joy shines in everything. Open these channels that the world once more may sing.
Flowers so soft and fragile stay fragrant though pressed to the ground. May we thus learn forbearance, for in kindness love is found. Mother, we thank you, your joy shines in everything. Open these channels that the world once more may sing.
Mother, we thank you, your joy shines in everything. Open these channels that the world once more may sing. Mountains remote and still, hinted higher worlds unseen. So may our lives be soaring and serene. Mother, we thank you, your joy shines in everything. Open these channels that the world once more may see.
Mother, we thank you, your joy shines in everything. Open these channels that the world once more may see.
Rivers seek passage unhindered by rock or tree. So may our lives flow steadfast toward the sea. Mother, we thank you, your joy shines in everything. Open these channels that the world once more may see.
Mother, we thank you, your joy shines in everything. Open these channels that the world once more may see. Mother, we thank you, your joy shines in everything. Open these channels that the world once more may sing.
And one of the wonderful things that we've experienced here is that people will come for the first time and you can see in their eyes, in their faces, all the tensions of the world and the worries and so on. And after just a few days, they become completely different. When you relax more, you become happier. The more you can relax into yourself, the more you find that you have what you want. Well, art should express what you want. Art should express bliss. Art should express joy and expansion and kindness, not because it's a matter of taste, but because art should reflect back to us what we want to be. Art should not make us more confused. It's easy to confuse people, but it should help to give us solutions. And that solution can only come. You can't say, so the solution is to paint upwards, right? You'll make a mess of it. You've got to have that consciousness. And when it comes, it just is amazing how naturally it comes. You don't have to work for it.
Welcome again, friends. So it's so wonderful to hear this song, and I hope you enjoyed the pictures that were being shown along with the song, and to hear Swamiji, because beauty is so important. And it's not something if we have time to make things beautiful, if we want to make things beautiful, oh God, beautiful. Master would sing that chant, and it's one of our favorite chants. In every aspect, God, thou art beautiful. And Swamiji wrote many songs about nature, and God is in nature. And he expressed that in everything that he did. And one of the things that he expressed was the gardens here that I want to talk about tonight. It's so beautiful. I want to share with you. I wish you could all be here to see it. It's the most special time of year at Ananda. But when we think about nature and God in nature, and everything that we see in nature, if you think of flowers, if you think of trees, I went to the Victoria Falls in Zambia, and I was just completely expanded in that Om vibration and sound from the beautiful waterfalls. I went to the Kruger National Wildlife Park in South Africa, and just all the forms of Divine Mother and all the animals. And if you think of anything in nature, you feel uplifted, you feel one. You feel out of your worries and difficulties and problems. And I live near Lodi Garden now in Delhi, and I walk through there quite a lot, and people are so happy. They're sitting on the lawn, or they're doing yoga on the lawn, or I see people hugging trees, and nature just calls you out of your little life and makes you bigger and helps you to see beauty, to see God. Master said, behind the flowers, God is just giving his love to you. But we have to help that to happen. We have to help nature. And there was a very sweet story of a farmer who a visitor came through, and he said, oh, what a beautiful garden and farm you and God have made together. And the farmer said, you should have seen it when God had it by himself. And isn't this true that we also have to add our love? We can't just take from nature and destroy nature and not give back. And so these gardens here, Swamiji was a visionary, and he started them. It was just barren land. And he said, here, he told the gardeners, here, I want you to build a world-class garden where people from all over will come. And the gardeners looked and they thought, this is not possible. But Swamiji from the very beginning said, people will come and it will touch their hearts to see and feel and smell the sense of God and Divine Mother. And so it happened. And over the years, it's developed more and more and more. At the end today, I'll show you a couple of videos as well. But there are more and more people came. There are hundreds of people came, and then thousands of people came. And that pre-COVID, there were 18,000 people who came within a month's time. It's only been open for several days, not even a week now, and many hundreds of people have come, and they stay, and they get a tour of some of Ananda. They eat their lunch here at the Expanding Light, and their faces, I've been seeing the people, they're so happy, and everyone says hello, they're smiling, they're in paradise, because it's not just the flowers, and they're beautiful, beautiful. You've seen some of the pictures. It just opens your heart. There are 17,000 tulips of all colors, and they're just smiling at you. And there are beautiful flowering trees and flowers of all types, and water bodies and pools. And it really is a paradise. And this is what Swamiji had envisioned, that people, maybe they'll want to learn meditation, maybe they won't, but they'll be touched in their hearts by God through just seeing beautiful. And the other thing is, everyone here at Ananda is so kind and so sweet. So people, they may see the flowers in the faces of the people here, because everyone's so caring and considerate, and it's a very special time. And you feel the devas that are here all throughout, the spirit devas who help to bring light and joy and love to people. And it's just a very, very special experience. So why do we need gardens like these? Well, it opens your heart, for one. It brings God's love into your heart, for two. It takes you out of your worries, your problems, your limitness, selfishness, maybe fear, worry. It just breaks the boundaries, and you start to feel yourself expanding, and we are a part of nature. People forget that that's nature, and then I'm by myself. We're a part of nature, so we begin to feel more and more like that wave merging back into the sea of God's consciousness. Gardens like this uplift your consciousness to a higher state. Maybe you see light. The other day, before the gardens opened, there was a rainstorm, and just after that, there was a beautiful rainbow. And it just captures your heart, and you begin to feel God's presence, even if you don't meditate, even if you don't want to meditate. The people are coming here, their children coming. One little boy said to us yesterday, it was so sweet. I was out with Jyotish and Daviji. We were having lunch at the Expanding Light, our retreat facility, and there were many people there. We didn't know any of them. One little boy, he came out, he came for lunch, and he was about 5 or 6. And then someone came out from the kitchen at the Expanding Light and said, "The dessert is being served." This little boy, he ran in and he came back out, and I didn't know who he was. He looked at us, he said, "There's a dessert, go for dessert." And it just breaks boundaries that I'm this and you're that, and you're from here and he's from there. Just all the boundaries were broken because of God's beauty and love. And then the flowers respond. There was one time when, as I said, many people come through the gardens. And one time when Swamiji was here, Daviji went after everyone had left. There were hundreds, maybe thousands of people that day. I don't remember, but she went down and she went through the gardens to get to where Swamiji was. And she said, "Oh, Swamiji, the garden still looks so beautiful and bright and happy. And even after all those people went through." And Swamiji said, "Of course, they've been admired all day long." Isn't it the truth? Anything you give love to, it responds. Master had a rose devotee. Everywhere he went, there was a rose in a vase, and when Master went this direction, the rose turned that direction. When he went that, the rose turned that direction. And he was very sensitive to nature. They were moving a tree once, and they were kind of rough with it, some of the monks, and Master said, "Be careful, can't you feel it's alive?" And this is the feeling you get now here during this tulip garden time. Everything is so alive, and it's talking to you, and it's saying, "Come and see my beautiful colors and smell this beautiful scent." And there are lilac bushes everywhere and wisteria. And I picked some lilac, not from the gardens. You can't pick anything over there. But where I'm staying, there are some lilac bushes. And the lilac all night, just that scent is just so strong. Can't you see that God is hiding behind the flowers, behind the trees, behind the sky, behind the rainbow, behind the waterfall, behind the sea? God is hiding and saying, "It's really me. Admire the flowers, but look behind. I'm hiding there. Come to me." And I think everyone who's come here, I really feel they received a blessing, if they know it or not. Because this land, this community is holy, it's sacred. And I believe the masters walk through here. They probably are enjoying the gardens too. I bet Swamiji comes and enjoys the gardens. And as Master said, anything beautiful draws angelic beings. And I believe that many angels and devas are here blessing everyone who comes. So I want to share with you just in a moment some videos of how beautiful it is here, because I couldn't help but share it with you. I hope one day you can come to in April and experience the glory of God in nature at Ananda during this tulip festival. God bless you. I'll ask Nitendra to join now. And there are just a couple of questions, and we'll show the videos.
Thank you, Dhanaji. It's wonderful to hear the stories about, and we can visualize how beautiful it must be there at Ananda and village.
Yes.
So Dhyanaji, we have two questions. The first one is, does beauty in nature really draw uplifting vibrations? And can it actually change our consciousness?
You know, when you think about it, why do people take flowers when you can? I know in India we can't very much, but why do people take flowers to someone who's ill? Why do you take flowers to someone who you love? Why do you take flowers to anybody? Why do you buy flowers? Why do you have flowers in your house? Think about it. Because they're uplifting. You look at them, you smell them, and you feel happy. Isn't it so? And so we know that nature has it's got a hidden uplifting vibration. And even, you know, at sometimes I walk on the grass without shoes on to feel the earth. And I'm sure many of you have done this. It's a technique to help to draw out toxins from the body. And it feels so good to just touch the earth with your feet. Many people never have their foot on the ground. I mean, think about it. Shoes, shoes, shoes. But try it. Walk under earth. And there's such a healing vibration. And then also Master talked about the sun's rays and how they're just bathing you and giving you vitality and energy. And the fresh air, when you can be in fresh air, it invigorates you. Swimming, that's why I love to swim. You're just getting in a whole nother element, and you're being bathed in waves of water, but not just water, it's another aspect of God. And so, yes, these parts of nature definitely uplift your consciousness. Why do people like to go look at the ocean? People like to walk through the forest, isn't it? People like to climb up to the top of Mount Everest. and I hope along the way they really enjoy it. But people like to look at the mountains. People like to look at the sea. People like to go to the sea. Why? Because we know it cleanses and uplifts our consciousness, and it makes us happy. So the answer is yes, yes, and yes.
Thank you, Dhyanaji. A follow-up question is that, do plants and flowers really respond to the energy that you give to them?
Well, definitely. If you've read any of the books about experiments with plants, Luther Burbank, he was a botanist and he worked with plants and they responded to him. Also, George Washington Carver, the man who talked with flowers. And there's another book. I'm getting a bit off topic here, but it's called The Elephant Whisperer. It's a wonderful book if you're at all interested in nature. And it's about this wonderful man who communicated with elephants. But back to George Washington Carver, he would go out in the mornings, early in the mornings, and he would commune with God. And then he would go and he would talk to the flowers. And he would say, he was very well known in his day as a botanist, scientist, and he would say, "Tell me your secrets." And then he would listen and he would know what to do with each plant that he had. And that's how he developed so many scientific discoveries. He said, "No books come into my laboratory. I just talk to the plants and they talk to me." But most people have no time and they don't believe in it. I love plants, and my plants at home, the more I give them love, the bigger they get, the stronger they are. And so it's not enough to give water and plant food. Give your energy, and you can see yourself that plants grow. And we know of the experiments, I've talked about this before, of plants being put next to speakers and experiments being done with types of music. And if the music is a heavy beat and, really raucous, the plants shrivel up and they die. They can't take it. So think about it in your house. If you're yelling at people, if you're upset, if you're nervous, if you're putting out that kind of energy, the plants, they shrink up. They feel it. Some people's plants are beautiful and big. Some people can't grow a plant for anything. And so it's telling you something. The vibrations that you have are increasing the growth, the happiness of the plants. And if you have negative vibrations, then plants feel that. So there are many, you can Google it, many experiments with plants. They're very sensitive. And as I like to keep them around because I feel that the plants in my house they're just giving so much energy and so much love. And it's very helpful to have them around. And flowers, keep flowers around. They're so beautiful. And they just, as Master said, Divine Mother is just giving you her love through the flowers. And there are all types of flowers. Keep them on your altar. Or in India, we have so many types of flowers, and the roses, well, that rose scent is just wonderful to be tossing the roses on to your altar. Or I know at Holi, people were tossing flowers onto each other, and just enjoy. It's a very special part of God's blessings on this world. The beautiful flowers, the plants, the trees. Don't ignore them. Just bring them into your life, and you will feel God's love opening up more, opening your heart up more. So, Nitendra, are there other questions?
No, Dhyanaji, these were the only two questions we
Okay. Would you like to show the videos? Is there one video or you have more?
had. So it's like a combination of 3 videos, a total of 1 minute, but I've clubbed all of them together.
Okay, wonderful. So these are just shot from my own phone. I just couldn't help but take these, and I sent them to some people, but I wanted all of you to see them as well. So please enjoy. Cristo Hermitage, where the Tulip Festival, springtime at Ananda, is held every year in April. This is where Swami Kriyananda ji was residing. This is overlooking Ananda, Master's Murti, Master. You just feel him very strongly there. This is just a view of Ananda village. I'm just walking just alone, just through the beautiful area of Ananda. God bless you all. Thank you, Nitendra. Thank you, everyone.